it's justice for Cassie. Finally, they got Diddy. They got him in a 6x8 cell. And Shannon Sharpe, you're lucky. It's gonna start off about you, but you got lucky. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Matter of fact, hit that like button. While you at it, hit that notification bell, because another legend done lost his life. Man, I'm so sad, man. I'm tired of this story, man. Please, Lord, please change the topic. But hey, man, it's your boy, Jesse J, Philly Supreme 305, with my co-host.
Chico Grande Chico 2 times. If you watch TFTC Sports, Mr. Getting the picks right. Beat this guy in bets. Beat real good _ Doty in bets. The Eagles just lost on Monday Night Football. It's a great week. What's going on?
Man, don't worry about that. Next game, man, I'm betting the PS5 Pro, man. I'm finna get that shmoney. How about that? But hey, speaking of shmoney, we shmoney over here. You know why? It's Tales from the Crib, episode 173, man. Where all the gossip at, man. We spill all the tea. We got all the news. We spit the facts because I do the research. Trust me, man. My co-hosts be like, Jesse J, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
He does his research on Reddit, so I don't know how trustworthy it is. You might take any topics we do with a grain of salt.
Whatever. Listen, man. If a guy with these 32-inch pythons, would that look lie to you?
They tens, but they clean.
You hater.
They tens, but you keep them clean.
Whatever, man. I be doing my push-ups, man. I be doing my flex on, man. But how y'all doing, man? Thank y'all for tuning in, man. You
Comment down below, do doing push-ups on your knees count as real push-ups?
I mean, if y'all was handicapped, it would count. So why can't it count when I'm not handicapped?
Whatever modified push-up helps you get through your workout, coach, we're with you.
I mean, 75 girl push-ups equals 50 boys push-ups. Everybody knows the math. Girl math.
But speaking of girl math, we got to talk about someone that was using all kinds of wrong girl math.
What you mean, man? Ain't nobody using it. Oh, I forgot, man.
Your idol.
My idol, man. Looks like he has Diddy's been...
Set you up.
You really did. You got me. Diddy sued by... Oh, my God. It's so sad, man. Diddy sued by a new accuser claiming assault and physical abuse. Now, when this happened, I didn't believe it. It made no sense to me. I
believed it from day one. Bad Boys always been up to this shenanigans. They got Tupac taken out.
He put on Waka Flocka. This is kind of the respect.
He did not put on Waka Flocka.
He put what? He the only reason you know Waka Flocka.
No.
What you mean?
It's Gucci Mane.
First off, everybody knows the Heart in the Pink.
Diddy got on the remix. Waka Flocka already had like 3 mixtapes before Diddy was on his remix. So no, Diddy was late. He's a bandwagoner.
You just disrespect.
Oh, and treat him like
shout
out to all of our local fans. How about them Cowboys? Should the Saints be on the assault list the way they did the Cowboys?
Oh my God, they spanked him like they finna do Diddy in this jail cell.
They said who that?
But hey, man. So speaking of who that, man. So back to what we was saying, man. Looks like Danity Kane's own Dawn said, man, she's tired of holding the secrets. She's gonna spill the tea about what Diddy been doing. And I read the 55-page document lawsuit. I'm going to tell you about it. But we got a video right here saying she may be lying.
What's the blonde girl's name from Danny Kane?
Aubrey O'Day.
Aubrey, yeah. Wasn't she like kind of speaking out against him as well?
She was in Danny Kane also. And she was the first one. She was one of the first ones to speak out. And she was she always talked about how she was trying to get the other girls to step up and tell their story. But they was all scared. That's what makes this situation so crazy, because she was working with Diddy back in 2020, and I guess since the money stopped, she want to start chit-chat, running that yap, but
she want to dip her hands in the sinking shit pockets, basically.
She's trying to open out a cookie jar and trying to get more than Oreos. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know what you're saying. Let's watch the clip.
He's sued by a former bandmate. I'm his lawyer, and here's why you should care. Last night, Dawn Richard, who Diddy discovered in making the band, put her in Danity Kane, where she eventually left to join Diddy Dirty Money. And in 2020, when Diddy announced the reboot of making the band, she hopped on board and wanted to join. As you can see from this message in March 2020, she says, love, love, love you, let's do this. And yet another where she says, checking in to see if you guys are starting making the band back up, would love to be a part of it, bro. Yet another in December where she's saying, let's bring the crew back. Another message where she says we never should have stopped it. That's what he did in 2023 on his most recent album called Off the Grid. She's a featured artist on the number 3 song on the album. And all of this makes sense if you watch her other statements about Diddy over the years, including this one clip from Hot 97 back in the day.
And I don't have no bad stories. That was only support. So if you do good by other people, they'll do good by you.
Now pause for Combs' civil attorney's statement that she made today, which states that Rashard has now manufactured a series of false claims.
A series of false. Oh, and I guess the cat's out the bag, man. Diddy is arrested officially as of today, 8:30 Eastern time.
I thought he was going to flee to another country.
They even do the TK? Do the race?
Yep.
Hey,
TK lost that race, so he won't be out until he's like 45.
Past 45, 88. They getting football numbers.
They said that he made a gang called the Rugrats in prison. I wonder if he'll still be a Rugrat when he gets out when he's 85.
You better start writing. But hey, man, looks like here, man, the Don situation is just a crazy, crazy story. Now, just starting off the 55-page lawsuit, let me tell you what's going on. My girl said she suffered mental pain, mental abuse, and also several emotional issues, also
emotional like distress. Emotional. Wait. Here it is.
Emotional damage.
That's what she
basically got. Lost wages and etc. I mean, the list was so long, it was just disturbing, man. She talked about seeing Diddy Peter Weedle. She said sometimes
Peter Weedle.
Exactly, man. Sometimes Diddy will call her, send an email saying, "Come to the."
He's all rate this pic.
Come to daddy house. That's what he called his house in Miami, the daddy house.
Or is that when he called himself Love?
No, this
P
is back,
Diddy.
This is back in like 2008, 2009.
Okay.
So I mean, so if you don't know the whole Danny Kane story, so I mean, this happened back in Making the Band. So Making the Band happened. So around season 3, season 4 in 2004, this is when Don hopped in. Joining in the Making the Band. Go get my cheesecake. You remember that line?
In my Cambodian.
Exactly.
Milk.
My Cambodian milk. That's Dave Chappelle. Now, so, that whole situation was crazy. I mean, the season, people loved it. It generated a lot of episodes. A lot of people watched it. But, I mean, let Dawn tell a story right now. It was a low point in her life. She went through so much abuse at this point. Diddy was fat shaming her, calling her ugly, confusing her sometimes.
But that was normal for that time.
That's what I was saying. I mean, like, I seen, like, what we talked about it earlier. We were talking about the whole America's Next Top Model situation.
Oh yeah, how they used to just rip girls.
Yeah, how she used to rip girls, and people finally came out now and say, "Oh, Tyra Banks was mean to them," or like Naomi Campbell was mean.
Tyra Banks was doing her job, and Naomi Campbell is like the Chris Brown of the modeling world.
And basically, and so people were saying that like Tyra was like, "No, Naomi did it to me, so I'm doing it to y'all." So it's ever since like back in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was like real bad. Fat shaming, it was no such thing.
Misogyny was everywhere.
Misogyny was basically everywhere. I mean, it was just a disgusting situation. I mean, Dawn talks about times where like she was in this Diddy made him work like 36 hours straight, no break. It was times where like they used to sneak out and try to get food, and Diddy used to call him like, "Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want to make this millions. Yeah, I don't be with the stars. I work with Biggie. We have millions. Y'all have to be working at McDonald's."
He got Biggie killed.
Allegedly. I mean, he didn't do that.
He just wanted control of his music catalog.
Probably. I mean, he is a crazy man. They're saying the reason why they
blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
They're saying the reason why they call Puffy is because he has an attitude problem. Like, he blows up real fast. And
then he blows you up.
Then he blows you up. But I mean, so Danny Kane, Dawn is stating that she's owed a lot of money, especially starting from the Danny Kane album. She's owed $1 million from that. She's owed $500K from the second album. She's owed at least $1.8 million on a tour. Imagine somebody put you on a 100-day tour, Coles, and they don't pay you $1. Sometimes when they
I wouldn't have made it through the tour. I was like halfway through the tour, someone would have got choked.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes he said,
"What are we doing here?"
Sometimes he said he gave him $2,000. Sometimes he gave him $5,000. But it wasn't always consistent.
No, Diddy. I can't trust Diddy.
I mean,
I would have never worked with him in the anyways because the principle.
I mean, hey,
The principle.
it is the principle. I
It's
mean,
like everyone that works with him ends up being crazy. Like, look what he did to Machine Gun Kelly.
facts.
He was killing it with the lace-up movement. He was the rap devil, and then he turned to emo. And started painting his nails and getting weird tattoos. And started drinking his what's her name's blood.
Oh yeah, did he get to do tattoos all over his body? And I forgot what's her name? I forgot.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. That's
Foxy.
I don't know
That's my co-host type.
I don't know what's going on with
He
that.
likes the Megan Foxes.
So back to the allegations here, man. She was going in. She was saying how it was times where like before they went on stage, Diddy would come in the dressing room a lot of times unannounced. She'd be like basically
gotta check the
naked.
product.
She'd be in the underwear and like no shirt, no bra on or anything, and she cover up her top. She cover up her top, but the stylist was always there. And Diddy would come be like, well, I want her to put this outfit on, and I want her to raise her G-string up this high, and then like he tried to like move up to her breasts, and like that's when she slapped his hand and be like, no, she don't like that. So I mean, it was just a crazy situation. There was a lot of times where I understand, like she was severely distressed.
This is pretty tame though, from what we hear from the Diddy accusations. Apparently, he was having like Roman S type of parties, the type of parties that Dwight Howard would attend, if you know what we're saying. So it seems kind of crazy that she's worked with him recently.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to sue him. And, you think if she's worked with him recently and he's, like, done all this stuff to her over the years, it's like, why would you come back if he's continually done you wrong?
Exactly.
I guess that's her only, maybe, her only excuse is that's her only in the industry. But even if that's the truth, it's like, is that really worth it?
Exactly, and it's like, is it really worth it? Like, she was like, she was talking about like in 2005 how she's seen Diddy's first mother, the mother of her child. She saw her like running out the studio with a bruised, bloody up face. She talks about times where like she's seen Cassie visibly beaten up. Like it was a time when like they went to the room, they went to the house, and Cassie was cooking the eggs, and I guess she was taking too long, and Diddy didn't like that. He came downstairs, and then he basically like he choked her out, threw the eggs at her, and all this stuff, saying like she can't do anything right. And then he drug her upstairs, and that's when like Don said like she heard a whole bunch of glass shatter and everything. It was just crazy. Or like times in front of us, she name dropped Usher in it.
Let's like get him to the Greek.
Mm-hmm.
That was the real Diddy.
Yeah, basically.
You gotta pet the furry wall.
He was basically, she was like he was on all types of stuff.
Jeffrey.
Basic, and she was saying like basically like in the studio, it was times like all girls of like all ages used to be there. They used to come from everywhere, and that's where like a lot of these charges come from, because like when Diddy throw parties, he's doing what like a lot of these artists do. Like you hear about like Future, he'll like candles, or he'll like candles, turn the lights off. For some artists is like get fully naked while they record. What you finna say?
I would never record like that.
How do you feel? I mean, when some people go to sleep, they go to sleep fully naked. Some people go to sleep with clothes on.
Yeah, that's true, but that's different. We've seen in Diddy's backyard that he has like a giant bed that can allegedly fit like 50 people.
Facts.
It's like an outdoor bed. Mm-hmm. It's like, what do you need a bed for 50 people? What kind of party is that? And I do not want to see the green light. Or the black light. Sorry, it looks green when you put it on it. The black light on that outdoor bed.
Exactly, and then so there's no telling what he was doing on this outdoor bed. I mean, it was.
Oh, we know what he was doing.
It was times where
he was doing what
rich people
was doing.
Exactly, and it was. I mean, basically, it was times where like she was trying to save Cassie. She talks about it in her lawsuit how like she used to tell Cassie
I don't
to
know.
leave.
It seems too fishy. It seems almost like the Bill Cosby lawsuit, where he did a lot of things and had a lot of bad things, but it seemed very weird that there was like, he drugged me like over 15 years, and like every time we go on a date or like every other date, I would end up drugged, and it's like, well, why did you keep on going dates with him?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, but at the same,
I'm like, well, I didn't want to believe it, but now that I think back on it, and it's like, nah, man, you knew.
And basically, you knew. I mean, the only reason why you coming out like this is because Cassie dropped her lawsuit, and she got settled within like less than 24 hours.
Didn't she get like 80 million?
I mean, some people say 80, some people say less, some people say 10, some people say 7.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't that low.
You'd be
I'm
surprised.
pretty sure when we reported on it, it was like 60, 80 million.
No, it's undisclosed. Nobody really said the exact number.
It's
You'll never know.
Into our bank account.
Exactly. So I mean, ever since that happened, everybody that's been coming out. He's been sued over by like 5 to 7 times by different people.
And 50 Cent is absolutely loving
going crazy on him. So I mean, I feel like with this Don situation, I was going through the lawsuit. It sounds like she really just wants the money for like her royalties and her checks and everything because she wasn't fully compensated. There's a lot of songs that she didn't get paid off of.
She wants her cut before this ship fully sinks, is what it is.
And exactly, and you see what's going on right now, man.
It's going
Diddy's
down.
finally taken into custody, man, federal custody. It looks like here a grand jury finally said it's time to take in Diddy at 8:30 p.m.
In Manhattan.
In Manhattan,
They got him in New York.
They said Diddy was already there. He was already talking to the FBI about basically cooperating and helping them out with everything they wanted to know.
So you think
I
he's
really
gonna
don't
go the gunner route?
snitch. I mean, snitch on himself. You can't snitch on you. I mean, I understand. I do know he's gonna get out of jail because you're gonna need money or property.
He can find something to snitch on.
He got a lot to snitch on. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
He knows presidents. He knows a lot of information about.
He was probably at Epstein Island.
True, but
Allegedly.
at the same time, you can fight it because look at Diddy. I mean, look at Young Thug. Young Thug has not even nowhere close to the money of Diddy, and he still has to be
He's winning his
yet.
case. I mean, it's honestly looking good for Young Thug. Free Young Thug.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like that he's gonna get out. It's sad that Rich Homie Quan passed away. We covered that last week, and they won't get to kind of end their feud or beef, I guess you could say. But Thug's doing well in his court case.
True, and then with this whole situation, it's like the FBI have a whole bunch of he said, she said. Like, you have the Cassie information, yeah, that's solid. But like they said, like that happened a long time ago, so that's why she went civil with it. This Don stuff happened like 2005. She was traumatized in 2009. That happened
She
a lot.
still kept working with him.
And you still kept working with him. So I mean, it's a lot of things that's kind
You
of
weren't
like
that traumatized.
Yeah.
If you were enjoying cashing those checks.
exactly. And Diddy's lawyers already came out and said that they feel like Diddy's gonna be charged with racketeering and trafficking because he's rich, but he's rich. He be throwing parties everywhere he goes. It's not his fault that he's Diddy. You make the phone call, everybody wants to go to a Diddy party. My co-host hit me up last year want to go to a Diddy party.
I never wanted to go.
What?
This is this guy's favorite artist. It's West Coast for life.
You wasn't trying
West
to
Coast music, except we hate Kendrick Lamar. The real West Coast.
Just oh my god! I thought that was on your bucket list. Your bucket list was go to a
I
Sukiyana
never-
concert.
No,
You want to go to a Sukiyana concert?
no, you're trying to drink from the nasty water fountain.
That water green.
Like, what? I bet it stink, don't
The
it?
bacteria infection. Is that water that Ludacris is drinking in
heard-
Alaska?
Yeah, this is worse than the glacier water.
That's nasty. But I mean, so with this whole situation, not a lot of information just come out. Yeah, this has just happened. They're saying later on this week more will come out. I mean, we already know the Cassie situation is going to be on there. The Don situation is going to be on there. A lot of allegations. The underage girl allegedly is going to be on there. The producer dude is going to be on there. They wanted his money. But I mean, a lot of people just wanted money. So I feel like the feds are just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at the wall, and they just finna pray that something's gonna stick, and something will stick because I mean, he's rich. I'm pretty sure he threw parties and he had a whole bunch of orgies and people saw it.
We already know, yeah, he's done.
I mean, but
We've been covering this for like a year. I mean, it's literally he's got like
he's not gonna get that
like
many.
mountains and mountains
True.
of like evidence that are going against him. Like he's cooked. There's been multiple people coming out. He's
But how
already
cooked
paid
is
off
cooked?
a couple people. Like
Bill Cosby, not Bill Cosby, R. Kelly got 30 years, and that was with, like, he had racketeering charges, trafficking charges, and he had child charges, and it was on video doing all this stuff, so he got 30. You think Diddy ain't finna get 30?
did he get a cool 15 with his
15 or
lawyers?
less? No, 15 if you was a regular person. I say you Diddy, 5.
No, you just
And it's a lot of allegations, like he says people don't their
Mr.
money.
Boone want him out. He ain't getting no 5. He getting a solid 10.
I mean, you think, but 10 get out on parole with 10, get out on parole, get out on what 3, 4?
I don't know.
You Diddy. I mean, remember what Ti
I
did?
think
T.I.
this
them
is
guns.
gonna get strung out longer than Thug's case. What
Facts.
Thug's case is going on for a year and a half, 2 years now.
Still not done.
Still not done. If Diddy ends up going to a major trial where they're going over decades of alleged stuff, I mean that could be like a 5-year trial.
Exactly. That'd be a 5-year trial. To think of all
And
the.
then he'd get time served for those 5 years.
Then I'm pretty sure he's gonna do like a Ti redemption type of thing. Like when Ti got in trouble for all them guns and only end up doing like a year. And like how you a convicted felon and then you get charged.
No, it's completely different. He's not going.
He
to
was
TIA.
convicted felon and got caught with 13 guns,
That's way better than what Diddy's getting.
and he
caught
only
with.
got a year.
He's gonna get. That's way less worse than what Diddy got.
You see
caught
people
with.
in Chicago get caught with one gun and get what, 30?
Because they get caught with a switch and that's a felon. There's a difference.
True that. True, it is a difference. But y'all comment down below, man. How y'all feel about this whole Diddy dirty money situation with Don? Is she just trying to get
Diddy
money
Dirty
before
Money.
before
His
Diddy
song?
go to jail? Dirty money, yeah.
It's always been dirty.
And also tell me how you feel about Diddy going to jail. How much time is he gonna get? R. Kelly only got 30.
I just say get it over with so I don't have to talk about him anymore. I mean, we've been talking about Diddy being a creep for like a year and a half.
It's finna get deep. You finna get all the inside
that's
details.
the reason we're here. It got a little too deep.
I wonder if we're gonna find out about Meek Mills.
Oh, they said that
Reverend T.D. Jake.
they're gonna have Meek Mill on the stand and they're gonna be like, show us on the doll where he touched you. And he's like, I'm from Philly. We don't play that.
He gonna start crying
and
like,
they're like, we have it on video, Mr. Mills. What's Meek Mill's real name? Do you know?
Robert, something like that.
Robert Kraft?
No, it's not Robert Kraft. It's something like, I forgot, it was Robert something. I forgot Meek Mill's name. But
Your real name is Clarence.
But speaking your real name out loud, saying that real name out loud. Michelle. Looks
You
like
ever scream Michelle?
I played the fifth.
Shannon Sharpe says he's embarrassed after he mistakenly went live while clapping cheeks. Clippity clap, 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 clap. Says phone open live after throwing it on the bed.
Oh, he was throwing it alright.
He was trending on Twitter, on Instagram, and he was getting freaky when it dropped. I'm sorry, moving around the camera. Said it had like over 2,000 posts immediately when it happened, when it was trending. So it was pretty hilarious because he had, I don't know if you are a frequent viewer of Nightcap, but he just got on Chad Ochocinco for being late to one of their podcasts, and he's like, it's about professionalism. And then literally 2 days later, Uncle Shay Shay's clapping cheeks on IG Live.
Exactly.
What's professional about that?
It's nothing professional. We got a video right here. Basically, it's Shannon Sharpe saying how embarrassed he felt about the whole situation. Also, we got my dog Paul Pierce, the truth, saying ESPN messed up. How you gonna fire this man, but you fired me, and I wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Because they don't love you like that. You ain't Kobe.
That's messed up. What if Kobe made that call?
Kobe made that call from heaven to get Paul Pierce fired.
That's crazy.
Appreciate that. I'm going to touch on what you just said in a few minutes, Ocho. There were an event that happened today. Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear.
The stylist.
I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon. Shay, there are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of, even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself. Not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I called them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously, my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone. Staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed. Gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off. And people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie, and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what about on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank.
Man, my heart
That's
sank.
the end of the clip. My heart sank.
It had ended it real good, so his heart sank, man.
It would have been funny if they would have got him. Never mind.
It was just embarrassing. I mean, at first when this happened, Shannon Sharpe went on social media, posted, I was hacked. But then as soon as basically Nightcap came on, he basically owned up to it and said he threw his phone, the IG Live, just magically came on, and then that's when all this happened. But I mean,
it's marketing at its finest.
Some people saying it's marketing at its finest because he was allegedly promoting some type of pill, and he was showing it
Blue Chew?
Something like Blue Chew, and he was showing it on Nightcap. He was talking about it on Nightcap. Also, a lot of people were saying that he was just doing this to beat the whole gay allegations. A lot of people saying like Shannon Sharpe is a little questionable with the way he dressing and the whole.
It's just because he likes to wear tight clothes, man.
Exactly.
I can't lie. Sometimes his clothes is a little too tight, but I don't think that means that he's doing
Hey,
stuff.
I mean, see his stylist. His stylist came out there. That was one that commented before saying this is all a stage. Like Shannon
They
Sharpe
just
did this
don't
on purpose.
understand. But like the thing you gotta, if you've ever been around old people, they suck at technology, especially if your parents are older. If your parents are in their late 50s, 60s, 70s, and they didn't grow up with technologies like that, you could see where they would accidentally do that. Because I've personally seen like my own parents be terrible with cell phones.
I mean, I understand some things like they may you may mistakenly like FaceTime somebody, like hit the FaceTime button by mistake. That happens, but on some of these apps, if you never used it, it gives you like instructions, like the first time you ever go on something, like
you click it, it'll have like a banner, like this is the controls. Yeah,
these are all the controls. Like here's how you do this. Like you either click through all that stuff, or you either like it gives you like a confirmation and everything. So it's like, how did you bypass all that stuff to get on live?
I don't know. Sometimes it's weird. We wonder if our phones are possessed. Because you say you're talking about something, and then suddenly on Instagram you're getting ads for what you're talking about.
True.
Like, oh man, I haven't skateboarded in a minute. It would be fun to get back on a board. And then you're getting ads from Zoomies, the skate shop at the mall, on your Instagram. And you're like,
horrible.
How were they reading my mind?
I don't know, but I mean, I have seen times where like girls are like, oh my god, I posted that picture on my story by mistake.
Oh, they clicked the wrong picture and it uploads right away.
Yeah, they upload it to their story instead of uploading to their close friends. That is hilarious. I always miss that though. I remember one time I caught it. It was lit. But don't worry about that.
What were you posting on your close friends?
I didn't post it on I don't got no close friends. Like people, man, we ain't gonna talk about close friends. That'd be pissing me off. But moving back to his story, so as soon as this happened, Shannon Sharpe, said he took accountability of it, and what made it so funny was that the previously day before, he was getting on Chad Johnson about being all late coming to work, being not professional. Then this happened, which is funny as hell. Because I mean, it don't get no worse than this unless you do what Paul Pierce did, which got him fired. Which
it's funny how Paul Pierce is getting mad that he got fired. That like Shannon Sharpe did something on accident, and it was nothing that was actually seen. It was audio only, so that's not that bad. Nothing visual. If there was something visual, that would have been crazy and way more hilarious.
So you saying?
But with Paul Pierce, he had people on his live by choice. And he was basically saying that they were workers,
True.
Like, oh, you just go to this website or you call this number and they'll send a few girls your way. And it's like, dude, you can't be like,
yeah. And he was
doing way too much.
Oh, you remember on HBO? I think he has the Big Ticket. He has a show with him and Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, and remember when the guy threw the lighter at him?
Because he was talking all crazy. He was like,
and he's like, oh, can I get a lighter? And then wham, he just gets hit with one.
But before that, he's like, hey man, like KG, the ticket, man. Let me tell you about this app, man. I got this app. You want any girl you want, man. And you find it on this website. You hit her up, and it could be one of them. It could be two of them. Sometimes you can get three of them. And he was just going all crazy, like how you be on the service.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna get you can't be on online how you order women through.
He
your
wasn't
phone.
online. He was on the HBO TV show.
Oh, it's even worse.
That's when the man threw the lighter at him. No, he said, "Oh yeah," and he said, "That's when the girl walked past." Like, "Hey, KG, you like that?" Got her on the website.
KG, who always talks, had nothing to say.
He was like, "Boy, you crazy, P man, you crazy." But why do you think ESPN didn't fire Shannon? Do you think
Because it's an accident, like I just said.
You think
it
it's
wasn't on purpose?
you think it's that? I think it's
Allegedly.
I think it's because Shannon Sharpe. They need Shannon Sharpe. ESPN. I mean, it's a default sports show
Fox
that you
Sports
need.
is like going down.
Fox Sports is going down, but
Skip Bayless, I think, is getting off of his show there. I think he's just going to focus on YouTube.
true.
Skip Bayless podcast.
But if
YouTube.
Shannon Sharpe wasn't on ESPN, will a little more people stop watching ESPN and go strictly to Fox Sports? Since there's only so many different ones you can go to.
I don't think so right now because it's still like a premium channel and Skip's not on it anymore.
Nobody
So
care
it's
about
like the
Skip.
other
You saw
shows.
the new shows they have on Fox Network now.
Yeah.
The new shows is funny. Like the Speak with Joy Taylor, which I just found out that Joy is Jason Taylor, the Dolphins defensive end,
Yeah.
his daughter. I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's the Taylor name at the end.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So
Get her into business.
So you have Jason. So that situation, she's paired with Keyshawn Johnson and with Paul Pierce. That show is just retarded and funny. It's funnier now without Skip Bayless on that show.
Yeah.
Then they got the Factory with Sean McCoy. It's like an all football show. They have all the boys on there. Then you got the other show. I forgot the other show. Grabbing balls, ball hangers. I forgot. Whatever.
Your favorite show.
But they got a lot of new shows. Then you used to have the show with Nick Wright.
Get Up.
Get Up.
That's a Fox one.
I think that's on Fox also. With Chris Broussard and all that stuff. Because Chris Broussard.
Oh yeah, he's on Fox.
Yeah, remember because he finally left the Old Man show. He finally had his final episode.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna do full time with that. So I guess they're trying to ramp up that. They're gonna
They were gonna make that their main show.
Yeah, because I think ESPN only has they have Shannon Sharpe and they have Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee at any moment you
Well,
feel
yeah, First Take with
Skip. I mean
Yeah.
with Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith.
A. Yeah.
And you have Mad Dog. Nobody cares about Mad Dog.
No, he's too old.
You got Ryan Clark.
He's a budget version of Skip.
You know Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark's doing everything. I mean,
No
he's
one likes Ryan Clark.
You don't like Ryan Clark?
No.
You have Kendrick Perkins.
Perkins is funny.
So I mean, you really don't have that. I mean, if you think of funny people on ESPN, Pat McAfee, Shannon Sharpe, Kendrick Perkins. If you like Kendrick Perkins, Mad Dog, Skip, and Shannon Sharpe. I mean, and Stephen A. Smith. I mean, who else do you got? Do you count Richard Jefferson?
No, he's not on there like that.
Who else you got on ESPN? You really don't got nobody, really.
No.
I mean, the girls. I mean, you got remember, and right now they're trying to focus on all the females on ESPN.
Oh yeah, for the WNBA stuff.
And that's WNBA season almost over with. So I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with all them female people. Then you gonna fire them like you always do.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know about that. But I guess ESPN's keeping Shannon Sharpe because I mean, I feel like he brings views, he brings eyes. Like you need him, he's funny. Even though he's not doing the Uncle Shay Shay stuff no more. But, I mean, we're going to keep you up to date on this. I mean, I'm upset I still ain't get that 69 shirt or that's my Michelle t-shirt. They discontinued the shirt, man. $32. I could have got that real quick because my co-host owe me some money because I won the bet.
Oh, Seth does. Yeah.
I was going to say his name. God.
Seth from our
God,
football
again?
show.
God. Say his name one
He's
time.
been losing all his bets.
What's his name? Say his name 3 more
Real
times.
good _ Doty. If you're looking for him, IG. Let him know that he lost all his NFL bets.
Horrible. But anything else you got to say about Shannon Sharpe making them cheeks clap?
No. It's crazy
Is
that
he
you phrased it like that. That's absolutely crazy. But we got something else to talk about. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, a little more touching one.
Oh, I was going to say something. Okay.
And we have to go over a sudden tragic loss. James Earl Jones having to pass away at the age of 93. He is best known for his voice acting and movie roles as Darth Vader, the voice of Darth Vader, and the voice of Mufasa from Lion King. And he was the dad in, what was the movie? Coming to America. Yeah, he was the dad
Eddie
for
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
That was hilarious.
You know, so he's a legend, one of the best voices of all time, one of the best voice actors of all time. You know, there's isn't really a more iconic voice than Darth Vader, so he will truly be missed. But he did get to live a full life to 93. And my co-host got a tribute video here so we could take a little bit of look at his life and some of the things he did. So let me go ahead and get that played here for you.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Vader, release him.
As you wish.
The sun will set on my time here, and will rise with you as the new king.
And who would have thought, man? James Earl Jones, man. When going through reading his history, doing my research on it, I didn't know this man was so player. Like accomplished so much growing up. I mean, growing up as a kid, he had it hard. He talked about how he was born in Mississippi. He went from Mississippi, then moved to Michigan with his grandparents. She thought it was gonna be great, but it wasn't great. It was horrible. And then from at that point, that's when he developed the whole stuttering problem. So he didn't speak to a lot of his teachers all the way into high school. And then that's when
tough.
It's tough. But I mean, like he didn't have one. He's not like one of those stories where like oh, my teacher treated me all bad. He said I wouldn't amount to anything. He said he had this one teacher that cared about him so much, and found out that he loved that James was good at poetry. That the class and the teacher like always wanted James to speak, and they helped him help beat his whole stuttering problem.
Oh yeah, by reading poetry out loud.
By reading poetry out loud. Then besides that, like he was in the military. He also went to University of Michigan. He went to University of Michigan where he played basketball also. So he did that. And what's funny, he went to school to be a pre-med person, but failed the pre-med exam and ended up going to drama after that. And then imagine that if he would have passed his pre-med exam, you would have never had Darth Vader.
Medical field, yeah.
You would have never had Darth Vader, never had Star Wars. Star Wars would have been something else. I don't even know what the line would have been. It would have been, "No, Luke, I am your father."
Oh, it would have been there, but it would have been some weird voice.
Some Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know who it would have been. It would have been Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
All these goddamn snakes on this plane. But that was funny. But I mean, he accomplished so much stuff. I mean, also like you see in here, he was Mustafa in Lion King.
Mufasa, yeah.
He was Mustafa in Lion King. I also found out that he did the voice in CNN News. Like the man was everywhere.
CNN.
That was good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's pretty good, man. Hey,
this is Tales from the Crib.
I always want to get 2 gold stars. Now you get 1. You're doing too much. But my question to my co-host is, man, answer it is, besides James Earl Jones, who has an iconic voice that can go like
Al Pacino?
You got Al Pacino? What about Al Pacino?
I mean, I think James Earl is like one of the top voices because like
what about the State Farm dude?
He's more known for his voice than he is like acting.
No, not State Farm. Watch
I
it.
guess, I mean, I don't know. I guess not. It
What
depends.
about the tall black dude that does I think Washington Mutual commercials? He got this one black dude. Yeah,
He's
him.
been in a bunch of movies too.
Yeah, him. He got like. What about Rick Ross?
No.
None of Rick Ross.
Maybach music.
Nah, I mean, that's it. Okay, what about the dude? Okay, what about the old dude? He was on the 21 Savage tape.
What old dude? Now the only other voice I could think of is
was he also in the Matrix?
Oh, what, Morpheus?
Not Morpheus. No, not Morpheus. This is I forgot his name. Ah, man, you can comment down below. I forgot his name. Somebody else. He was in the 21 Savage album. I forgot. I don't know. Comment down below. It's jogging. It's not in my memory right now. But now that James Earl has passed away, it's leaving a lot of people wondering what's gonna happen to his voice, because you know AI is going on.
Supposedly he'd already, when it comes to if you're worried about his voice for Darth Vader, this is all allegedly. I haven't seen any official paperwork, but they said that he did come into agreement that when he did pass away, that they would still be allowed to use his voice. I don't know if they're just like basically like putting different words together from stuff he's already said, or having like AI
Morgan Freeman
regenerate his voice. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was God in Bruce Almighty.
See, yeah, I knew. I forget his name was slipping my
And
brain.
Morgan Freeman does a lot of commercials.
Exactly, but yeah, so a lot of people were talking about what's gonna happen with his voice because AI is coming out.
I just said the family.
He's
just said they signed the deal, so they should be able to use it.
They signed it over to Star Wars, so they should be able to use it. But it may cause some problems because I mean, this isn't the first time Star Wars has done this. Star Wars has also had the actor that played Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One, Peter Cushing, who died in '94. But they still use him.
His likeness in the movie. Yeah, they did. I think it was the actor that plays Loki in the Marvel universe. That they had him like wear like the mask where it has like all the dots in your face, like 2K, and then they like superimposed his face onto his acting, and he kind of mimicked how he was. But apparently they didn't get approval, or they got approval from the wrong person. I don't know, somewhere they got like approval from a sister or somebody, but then the kid is not saying, well, I didn't approve that. I don't know. We got to check more into that. But it's definitely strange to see when you have an amazing voice that you almost got to think about how you're going to sign these contracts so people could keep using it even after your death.
Yeah, the people that are suing the Star Wars company is a UK-based company called Tyburn Film Productions. They sue him because, like you said before, they're saying that they went to the estate and they said, nah, you used basically his likeness in the wrong way, Peter Cushing's likeness in the wrong way, because it's supposed to be used in a certain way. I'm not sure how do you know how they use it? How they?
I don't know why. I think it's just about probably how the permission. They probably didn't get it official or something like that. I don't know. But if we do have an update, if they do end up losing bad, we'll definitely let you know.
We'll definitely let you know. I mean, right now, the last time I heard James Earl Jones' voice in Star Wars from the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, the Disney Plus show on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, the Disney Plus show Obi-Wan. The Disney Plus show Obi-Wan. I heard his voiceover
just
in
called
there.
it Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the Obi-Wan show. It was the prequel show that basically showed Obi-Wan on one of his adventures where he was actually, had to get Leia back, little kid Leia. And then he saw Luke. You saw Luke. That was pretty cool.
That was cool. And also, you already know the Lion King with Mustafa. Mustafa, apparently they coming out with a
Mufasa.
Mustafa is coming out with a movie. The Lion King is supposed to be coming out soon. I mean, James Earl was already not gonna be acting in that. They said it's gonna be Aaron Pierre. He's going to be the person that's playing Mufasa.
Yes,
in the
thank
movie.
you.
I mean, which is dope. They're making the movie for that. I didn't really think about they would make.
Well, and what's crazy is they have such good voice actors now that some people can mimic others people's voices, and it'd be pretty close. I mean, of course, it may not be exactly the same, but some of the best voice actors could get dang near like pretty like perfect.
I know that dude Godfrey, that comedian called Godfrey. He does a great Donald Trump impression, Steve Harvey impression, Jamie Foxx impression. I mean, it's a lot of people that does that's a real good impressionist. So I mean, with people doing impressionists and AI and technology going forward in life, I mean, a lot of actors are worried about their voice and when they go in the afterlife. But I mean, it looks like here they already working on that, getting laws passed. But R.I.P. James Earl Jones, man, we will miss you. Star Wars is one of the best sci-fi movies that's ever created. Anything you want to say before we go? I mean, it's the last time.
No, I said my piece. R.I.P. Darth Vader.
May the Force be with you.
R.I.P. James Earl Jones. But speaking of technology, we got to talk about technology on the bad end. The PS5 Pro release has been getting tons of backlash online. It'll be available on November 7th and will cost $699. Now, it's $700 price tag, and it's not even including the upright stand. And then and the disc drive does not come standard with the disc drive. It does have the optionality to where you could buy that separate and basically plug it in, and then it will have a disc drive. So you're basically going to be spending north of $800, probably between $800, $850 or more with tax, to get this PS5 Pro up to speed. But it will have 2 TB of storage. And I don't know. At that point, I say just get a computer. If you're spending $800 plus on a console, you can. That's already enough to build a computer. Shoot, you put $1,000, and that's pretty much dang near a top of the line computer. Unless you're like super into gaming and want to get one of those like $1,500 computers.
Facts, and we got a commercial, right? We got basically the reveal of the PS5 Pro, and also we have side-by-side comparison of PS5 Pro and also the previous PlayStation games. And you tell me, can you see the difference? Is it worth the $700? Well, $720 plus tax. Make it what?
They can get up to 120 frames per second.
Witness play.
PlayStation.
Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier. Has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer.
I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, too much.
It's really not that much of a difference, too, is what people are saying. Like, it's a smidge notice difference. Like, some of the super background stuff may not be, instead of it being a smidge blurry, it's like not blurry at all. But I mean, who cares if the super back? You want the stuff way off in the background to be high resolution as well. I mean, most of y'all's eye vision isn't even that good. My co-host, there'd be no reason for him to upgrade. His eyes wouldn't even be able to pick up the differences.
You're right, because I mean, a lot, like when you were telling me about the whole Dragon Ball Z situation with the games, you was like, yeah, you can tell how the animation got lazy, how the curves wasn't as sharp and pointy, and all this stuff. Like a lot of stuff, I don't even be paying attention to. And I mean, it's really no point in me getting this. And like you were saying earlier, I mean, this is too much for two. You paying too much money, you ain't getting no return. I mean, it's no disc, and we're gonna go one by one. There's no disc just going on here. So if you want a disc, if you have old PlayStation games, you have to buy an $80 disc drive. So like, do I need to get?
Well, they still have where you could buy it from their marketplace. The older games, like they still have.
But I mean,
if you have
the older games on the disc.
I don't know what it is. Comment down below. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I'm unfortunately I stay with Xbox, but I do maybe need to switch up to play the Spider-Man games. But that's it. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's not worth it, man.
So like, my question is like, do I just need to get over the fact that I was like, I want a new game system, but I want the disc. I want the disc drive. I want the disc drive. But like, I'm seeing more and more, like a lot of these game systems are making it to where like if you want the disc drive that bad, you have to buy it separately. Because besides that, you have to go digital. And now that you're doing this, like I might as well just get the cheaper Xbox.
You know what's funny is you remember the Xbox 360 used to have that disc drive that was like separate for the HD DVDs.
I remember that.
Because remember they had HD DVDs and Blu-rays, but they were different.
I don't remember that, but I remember the Sega Genesis. We talked about how it had the extra piece to add onto the Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah.
And then like if you want to play like certain games, you had to use like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and I just didn't buy those games.
Oh yeah, but what I got distracted on is the problem is with the new consoles, the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, is that there's only a handful of games that are exclusive to those consoles. So it's kind of crazy that those games, like, there's really not many. I mean, people get mad when you call it next gen. They say it's been out for 5 years. It's current gen. That the Xbox One and the PS4 are old gen. I guess you're technically right, but there's not that many games for current gen, if that's what y'all want to call it.
True.
There's like 5 games on each console that are out exclusively for that, and then like I know one of the ones that I was, because I have an Xbox One X, the games that I was like I wish I could play, was one of the Star Wars Jedi. It's not Fallen Order, but it's the other one, and it was next series exclusive, but it just came out this month for Xbox One and PS4.
True, and true that, and also on top of that, like we said, like a lot of these games, like PlayStation and Xbox, they only have like certain games that are exclusive to them, and then even on top of that, like the God of War game or the game like Hell Driver 2, like those games, like they first go on PlayStation, then like at least like under a year and a half they going on PC also. So eventually they come out, except for the Spider-Man game that took a little minute. They come out.
That's crazy when it takes like a game like 2 to 4 years afterwards instead of just like the usual year to come out on PC. True. That's a little bit haterish, but when it does come out, you have the option to do mods, and it like makes the game basically unlimited options. So, and you eventually get to get games from both consoles. So you can play Spider-Man, and what's even crazier is like on your PC, all the newer controllers are all Bluetooth. So you could hook up a PS5 controller to your computer or a Xbox controller to your computer, and you could be playing Spider-Man with the Xbox controller.
Yep, that's true. And on top of that, I mean, like if you're paying this much, you might as well just get a whole computer system, and you can, and like with the fans and everything that you can mix and match, and RAMs and emulators. You can play all the different systems.
You could do like anything on a computer.
You can do a lot more on a computer. I mean, I really don't see why you would want the PlayStation 5 Pro unless you're just one of those people like always have to have like the new fancy up to date stuff. Like, oh yeah, I got this. But then on top of that, I think the PS5 Slim is like the slim one. Is it called the PlayStation Slim?
I don't think they have a slim one. I think they just have the.
They have a new system that's coming out soon.
Well, it's the Pro.
There's another one coming out after that.
Oh.
I think there's another one coming out after that.
Because I know they have like the regular one and then the one without the disc drive.
Gotta look it up.
So I don't know if they have like another one, like another kind of in between one. Because that's the problem with the Xbox. Like, I have an Xbox One X, and then the next gen for Xbox is the Xbox Series S and Series X. But technically, my Xbox One X has more power than the Series S. So it already plays more FPS and can go to 4K, where the Xbox Series S can't. So it's kind of funny how like the Pro version of the Xbox One is more powerful than the baseline version of the current gen, and I can get higher FPS, and so the games look better on that console.
Do you think this new PlayStation is gonna move PlayStation above Xbox? Wait, do you think PlayStation's above Xbox? Or?
PlayStation definitely won
Game console.
They've won the last 2 generations. Xbox was new and just happy to be in the marketplace with the original Xbox. With Xbox 360, they were the number 1 console. The Xbox 360 sold way more than the PS3. But then the PS4 sold way more than the Xbox One.
Isn't Nintendo coming out with it?
And the PS5 is sold way more than the Series X or Series S.
And then I think you told me about the Nintendo. Was it Nintendo?
Nintendo is the Switch always, because Nintendo kind of has its own audience of like people that are just super fans of Nintendo, so they don't really care about anything else. So they have like a cult following, but they're supposedly announcing the Nintendo Switch 2 within a month. So we'll see if those rumors are true. But yeah, supposedly Nintendo's getting a new console because the Switch has been out already for a handful of years. I forget, what is it, like 6 or 10 years, somewhere between there.
Yeah, but
so they're saying that they're due for another new console.
That means another new Pokemon game and another.
I wonder
new
if
Mario.
it's going to be another handheld, because they kind of went like, oh, we're like the handheld console, like we were the king. Was like I think the Game Boy is the number 1 selling console of all time.
Yeah,
or the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I think Nintendo, out of everything, Nintendo did master the whole Game Boy situation. I think they're the only ones that keep evolving. I remember the PSP came out, and people who had that, but
I had a PSP and I absolutely loved it. It was way ahead of its time. You could have music on there. You could buy movies. You could get, if you got the memory sticks that had a lot of memory, you could download movies.
But they didn't even.
You could get on the internet. Like that, and it had like good games. Like it was like basically PS2 level graphics on a handheld, because you could play. I had Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories on that, and it was awesome.
See, yep, and then Xbox just bypassed that whole thing. So instead of making them a portable device, they was like, you just buy the handheld skeleton thing, and you put your phone there.
Well, you really don't even have to do that. Like yeah, you can connect. You can wirelessly or connect from your phone. Just log into your Xbox account and play your console
exactly
away from home. And
you have to have is your console have to be turned on to use that?
You can turn it on with your phone.
Like
you just have to just have it on your settings. Like have it available for remote play.
Okay, so
you have to go to your settings, and then when you go on the app, like I have 2 Xboxes. I have a regular Xbox One and then an Xbox One X, and I can go on that and select which console I want to play. And then, of course, if you can only play the games that you have digitally downloaded, because if it's a disc, the disc has to be in the console. So if you leave the disc, like say you always leave, if you had a disc version of 2K, and you always just left that in the console, if you access your console virtually, you can play the disc that's in there. And it works pretty good. And the great part is you can, since like I said, everything's Bluetooth, you can connect a controller to your phone. So you can they even sell it where it's like a holder that connects to the controller that like holds your phone right above your controller. And then you can play like that.
That's crazy. Okay.
So so you're playing an Xbox One on your phone.
But and on top of that, Xbox
there's no fee. There's no like subscription fee or anything.
And Xbox saves money because they didn't have to come out with a whole new console, handheld. Yeah. Like they use your phone. Like if you don't have a phone, not an Android phone, a smart device.
Well, and it's like the PlayStation 5. What is it? PlayStation 5 Portable. Like I forget. That's like $200 or $300, and all it is like a controller that they basically broke in half put a screen and like slap the two halves on
That's
the
what I
side
was
of the
talking
controller.
about. Okay, so they have. I thought Xbox had. I think Xbox has it also.
No. What you see sell at like Target or Walmart's is a product called a Backbone, and basically it's made to fit like an iPhone, or I think it can fit other phones. But yeah, it just clips in and it has like, like the buttons and the joysticks. So if you don't want to carry a controller with you and you want this like little thing that like compresses and that you can fold out, you can have that instead also.
So if you had to rank it top to bottom in your order, what is running the gaming with gaming right now in today 2024? Here's your choices. You got PlayStation, Xbox, gaming PCs, VRs, and Nintendo.
I would say it right now. I would say probably still most people play PC.
PC, yeah.
Because it's like everyone I talk to, like all my little cousins, they all play PC games or like iPad games that are basically PC versions, or PC apps.
And you can do homework on it. So it's like you can homework and you can play the games and you can surf the internet.
Yeah, and you can get on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's like a phone.
Yep, that. And then what's next?
Probably a PlayStation 5.
And then
PlayStation's doing the number one right now, but Xbox is doing really good financially because they own Call of Duty and they allow it to be sold on PlayStation. So even though, like, it's getting sold and I guess, they're getting a cut, they're still making a majority of the profit. So they're making money off of PlayStation customers. Because that was the whole thing where Sony tried to block them acquiring
the Activision thing.
Yeah, Activision. They were saying that they were going to have a monopoly, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're not going to make it like a Call of Duty, what's like one of the top 5 biggest games. We're not going to make it a Xbox exclusive. Like, we'll still let y'all have it. We'll just make money off of PlayStation people. They sell 5 million copies for PlayStation 5." That's at Xbox money, so they're doing good on the financial side, but they're like actually laying a lot of people off. So who knows? Like the Xbox, the current gen ones aren't performing that well.
So what's better, the Nintendo or VR?
Nintendo Switch or VR?
Yeah,
I personally would say the VR. I like the VR. I played a couple games. I played Vader's Immortal, which was really cool Star Wars game. That was awesome. And it's really in depth. It's getting to the point now where it's kind of freaky. I've seen where they have those mats where if you like run on them and you like kind of move in place, like so you can like run but you just stay in place because like the mat moves with you.
I don't talk about.
So it seems like VR is getting like to a crazy level. So yeah, I always like Nintendo, but like I have like all the old Nintendo games on an emulator on my phone. So I can get, go play the old Pokemon and stuff. I never really got into the Switch or know what's the best games on Switch because I always played Xbox. Sure. I always stayed Team Xbox because I love the Xbox 360.
I switched. I had PlayStation. My brother had Xbox. I had PlayStation 2, and then that's when me and my brother moved different places, and then that's when I was like, you know what? I need something different. I got an Xbox. But I mean, now I think I want a PlayStation. I think I really want to try PlayStation, but I may get both. I'm honestly, I may get a PlayStation.
I think I'm gonna finally for this. They always have those like Black Friday or holiday sales. I'm gonna see if they have the PS5 Pro deal or not the Pro, but
a regular
get a
PlayStation. Huh? You finna get one?
No, I'm gonna see what's a better deal. If they not the PS5 Pro, because that'll still be ridiculous. But like for the regular PlayStation with the disc drive, see if they have a deal for that, or like a Xbox Series X or S. If they have a good deal for either one of those, I might finally upgrade and get it.
I might do the same thing. I might finally since they're not doing it, they don't really care about disc anymore.
What's crazy is all the games that be coming out, like they've been doing it for both, and a lot of them, like some of the best selling games have all been remastered games that came out from like 2000 to 2010. Like they're remastering all kinds of old Star Wars games, like on TFTC Gaming. Right now I'm playing Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and that's a game from 2002 that they remastered. and it's on the Xbox One and the series. So, I'm not really missing out on a lot of the games because it's on both consoles.
I'm missing out because remember I wanted the NCAA, I couldn't get it.
Oh yeah, that is the one game, the NCAA. I want to play that too. That one and the new Dragon Ball Z game is going to be on next gen series only. And I don't know if it'll be like 6 months or a year before they do it for the old one. I don't want to wait that long. So
the new Undisputed, the Boxing Undisputed game
is going to be next gen.
Next gen, and I think the Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be.
Oh, there's a new game. It was the last game that Toriyama from Dragon Ball Z had input on. It's called like Sandland. It's not Dragon Ball Z, but it's like kind of the same type of animation. But the game looks cool.
You mean that monkey thing we watched?
No, not that. No, that's like I forget the name of that one, but it's not that. But I want to play that, and that's next gen only. So now there's like finally starting to get some games. The one Star Wars game they just came out for they just came out for this one, so I'll be able to play that on the old one, no problem. But there's a handful of games coming out within the next 6 months that I do want to play. So I'll finally have to upgrade.
And then on top of that, when I bought my new 2K, remember I waited because remember you got yours digitally, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I want the disc. And then I went to Target, and it was like they had Xbox Series X, they didn't have Xbox One, and I was like, dang. I was like, yeah, we got to order it because they didn't send us any of those. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, they finna stop mines. So I might as well just pay the $300 because I think the Xbox, the new Xbox without the disc is like $290 something, $300. They're more. No,
I think they're like $350, but you can catch them on sale all the time for like $300.
And I'm gonna just wait to Black Friday and
get them for like $250.
Get like $250, something like that.
Yeah, that's when you do.
Might as well get in. Decide. Remember my password. Just start downloading games. They better be able to cross it for my.
What you'll probably have to do is get like one of those memory, because they have these like memory sticks. It's funny that we're like back to memory sticks, but they have like these memory sticks that you can like slide in the back and give yourself like an extra 1 or 2 terabytes. But the memory sticks are expensive. They're like $60 to like $120 or something like that. To add more memory to your console.
We can talk about video games and technology all day, man. Y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this new system, man. But it's couch announcement time, man. TJ Gummy Bear, drop the beat.
You're TJ Gummy Bear. But it's Chico Grinding, Chico 2 times. Welcome to the halftime show, Tales from the Crib. We let you know what's going on, what's new with the channel, and what you can expect from us. Just like I just talked about, we have other channels like TFTC Gaming, where I'm playing Bounty Hunter 2K. My co-host is playing 2K as well. And wrestling, I am going to make a My Player, so be on the lookout for that. Check out TFTC Clips. So if you don't have time to watch the whole podcast, you can watch our show clipped out and see your favorite topics. We are doing NFL sports, TFTC Sports with our boy RealGood_Dodie. We're doing our NFL weekly picks and NFL hot topics, and Seth by the Numbers, where Seth, the NFL guru, picks his topic of the week, even though I just beat him in the bets. So I am beating the guru, and I beat my co-host. So I am now 4-0 in bets. Shout out me. Do you have anything, co-host, on that? Any thoughts on you losing 2 weeks in a row on your bets to me?
First off, you got lucky.
And shout out to me for being the real stepper. Me and my co-host do the rock climber, and guess who won? Who climbed the most rocks? It's your boy Chico 2 times, aka this week's ultimate winner, 2-time winner. That's why they call me 2 times.
You cheated. First off, next time I gotta watch you, because my co-host is one of those people that like he'll stop running and let the timer keep going. He just be cheating, man. My co-host is
that's not how it works.
He works with Donald Trump, man.
You gotta move it like Donald Trump dance.
Oh man, this is crazy. I love this episode. But hey, man, you didn't put the thing up there.
Oh yeah, I told him. Check out, we're going to record a NFL show with Seth tomorrow. Talk about Seth, how he lost all of his bets across the NFL, college, football, and UFC.
Exactly. And now it's time to tell you what's not losing money.
Oh, shout out our #1 money-making channel, Crib Reactions. We just hit 11K subs. Get us to 15, 20, 30K subs. Let's go. Put those 10-inch pythons down.
They're 36s.
No, not in this reality. But yeah, we just hit 11K subs. Get us to 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50K subs. We dropped a bunch of videos. We did a bunch of reactions to the VMAs. They had a live performances with all kinds of artists. They had Meg Thee Stallion, who was the host, did a bunch of her songs. That video's already got like 2K views. We got LaSurfim live at the VMAs. LaSurfim going crazy. Meg Thee Stallion just dropped a music video with RM. She's showing the international love there. Lisa performed at the VMAs. That video has now, I just checked it out before, it now has 20K views. So shout out the support on the Lisa video. And our XG dance practice got 1.4K views and another LaSurfim.
Exactly, man. Shout out to y'all, the real ones, for watching.
The Crib Crew.
The Crib Crew for supporting everything that we do, from TFTC Gaming, Crib Reactions, Clip Channel, the pod. Man, you dropped a sport channel, man. It's only week 2, over 200 views. Who would have thought, man? Last episode, over 1K views. RIP Rich Homie Quan, man. We did that for you, man. Rich Homie, baby. It was amazing. But hey, man, I'm thirsty. But anything else we got to say before we move on? Oh, man, new videos coming out, reaction videos. McCole's dropping 2 videos every day. Check out the Crib Reactions.
Except when my co-host is too lazy to record videos.
But we got so much in the tucks, baby, man. I'm like a rapper, man. I'm doing like 20 songs a night. 20 videos a night, man.
I'm not talking about how many chicken nuggets you're eating. I'm talking about how many reactions.
That $5 meal do be fire.
It do be fire. Shout out Mickey D's.
I have to go there tonight. But hey,
get that honey butter chicken biscuit from Whataburger as well.
But speaking of like getting that honey butter chicken biscuit, man, it looks like your complex is finally, shook the game up again. I guess they bored right now since the freshman class did trash, horrible, and nobody cared about that.
This year's class definitely sucked. Especially they were pure.
I think No Jumper did way better than them on their cipher.
Oh yeah, shout out No Jumper.
And the Kai cipher was way better. The chocolate drop was on fire. The Kai one?
No, he ruined it.
You're horrible. You'll hate him. But if you
Kai versus was trash.
But if you didn't know, man, Complex dropped the 20 best rappers in their 20s.
Chief Keef barely made the list. He's 29.
Exactly.
He's about to join the 30 club.
It's 15 rappers that's over the age of 25 that's on this list. We're gonna tell you about that, but man, we gonna also let you know that, man, Complex has been making people mad. A couple months ago, they dropped the best rappers in the best rappers out of Atlanta. They had a lot of people mad about.
NLE Choppa's from Atlanta.
No, that was No, this is this week. Oh. Last month, 2 months ago, they did the Complex dropped the best list of rappers out of Atlanta, and people were mad about that. Right now, it looks like NLE Choppa said, "Man, y'all should have made number 21 list or something, cause I'm out here cooking like popping like fisheries." We got NLE Choppa.
Chief Keef's bigger right now than Lil Baby. Lil Yachty just sold out. He's doing bad. He's bigger than Glorilla. He's bigger than Lotto.
What a block.
He's bigger than Yeet.
Number 16?
Chief Keef should really... Oh, he's way better than Central C.
Who's number 16?
He should be like 4.
You did that, or was it like that?
What?
Number 16.
Oh, someone that got kicked off the list that they said has no talent.
Man, whatever,
and
man.
it's pure swine.
It's time to play the video. Let's see what NLE Choppa got to say.
Whoever made that list, you had better go do R&B or something. Cause y'all got me f***ed up, and I ain't discrediting nobody on that list. No way, shape, form. But you should have did 21 instead of 20 if you wanted to leave me off that. You feel me? 21, 18 platinum, 6 or 7 gold. Y'all got me f***ed up. Go look at the certifications. Let me know who beating me, bruh. Respectfully, the only that's really respectfully. The only that's really ahead in that space is Youngboy. I'm 21, bro. Y'all made a list about in their 20s. I'm 1 year in my 20s. Ain't nobody did what I did 1 year in my 20s. Who did what I did at 21? Sold out shows everywhere. I'm in Canada right now, Newfoundland. I don't even know what I'm in. Got a sold out show tonight. 5,600. Talk to me tonight. Y'all know. Let's keep it 100. Y'all know who been dominating this whole year?
Who?
In the male atmosphere. Come on now. Don't play with me, man.
In the male atmosphere.
Exactly, man. He had the "Slut Me Out" song, which is fire. I gotta admit that. But I mean, right now he's like version number 3, where like he's like being all playful with it and everything. But I mean, it's like the Choppa flow. Remember the Choppa flow? He's like on version like 4 or 5 now. How you broke that down?
I think it's even farther than that.
Exactly. But I mean, here's the list, man. Man, when I saw this list, I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I had to go to Complex and read how they was ranking this. And let me tell you what the ranking is before you go all crazy goes. They said the ranking went up like this. It said rap skills as an artist, the quality of their music, the impact of their output. If music dropped right now, how much of the community would care? That's what they was ranking on. So, I mean, that's what Playboi Carti's number 1. That makes sense. Once they said that, it makes sense why Playboi Carti's number 1.
Yeah.
Because even though I don't like the Red Tape album he dropped, mixtape he dropped, it was alright. I mean, a lot of his music, I mean, Playboi Carti,
he has a cult following.
He has a cult following. I mean, I remember when nobody
made that album go crazy.
I remember when nobody listened to Playboi Carti.
I remember
he was like a bandwagon, a richer kid or something like that.
What's funny is like I like Playboi Carti. But he's like not my favorite, and I listen to him from time to time. But I mainly listen to his old stuff, and it's funny because like I was a fan of his like before the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now he has all this hype, and I'm really not like a super fan of his.
He changed his whole style up. He's a vampire and everything. He smashed Iggy Azalea.
Oh yeah, that's his baby mom.
He said, I don't want to see you give birth to the baby. I gotta play 2K.
I always said that like Playboi Carti and Lil Pump were like Chief Keef's kids.
I can see that.
And even Lil Uzi Vert takes a lot of inspiration from Chief Keef. So it's kind of funny that Playboi Carti kind of started off as like almost like a Chief Keef imitator. He even did a lot of the same ad libs that Chief Keef used to do in his early mixtapes. You could there's plenty of songs that he did where he's mimicking those same ad libs. So I always liked him because he sounds similar to Chief Keef, because I guess he liked Chief Keef as well and was a super fan of his. So it's kind of neat to see a Chief Keef clone be the top of the list. And I do like his a lot of his songs when he does make similar music to like classic Sosa, but we'll see what he comes out with on his newest music. And I always thought the same thing about Travis Scott too, but Travis Scott was more like Chief Keef and Kanye like together.
True. And then also speaking about Chief Keef, when you said him, I'm looking at Complex right now, and they're saying why they're on the list. The reason why Chief Keef is on the list is because he's making some of the best music of his career, including his latest album, Almighty Sosa 2. And it says why they aren't higher. It says he is still mostly a clout legend, but one hasn't
cult legend.
Cult legend.
Clout legend.
He's still a cult legend, but one hasn't had a hit record in a number of years. So I mean, that's the news holding him back. He hasn't had a hit in a while. I mean, with Chief Keef, I gotta say, like, I'm just surprised he's being consistent. I'm happy with that. Like, I'm fine with that part.
Yeah, he needs to be stingy with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that it was like 2 years before since his last album.
Mm-hmm.
So he's owed us some music. But he did drop that other mixtape, Dirty Nachos, when Mike Will made it. So he dropped 2 projects this year. It was pretty cool. And I thought Almighty So was 2. 2 was cool. A lot of people say it's like his best project that he's done in a long time, but I mean it is. But I don't know. I made my own custom mixtape where I combined my favorite songs from Dirty Nachos and Almighty So 2, and I think that makes like a perfect album.
True.
But individually, I think there's songs I skip on both of them, but I do like a majority of both tapes.
True, and then let me tell you some people that got left out that you didn't think about. So the same people that notably got left out: Kodak Black, A Boogie with the Hoodie,
A Boogie,
Polo G,
not Polo,
and Tootsie, the singer dude.
Oh my God, he's not a rapper.
And NLE Choppa also. But I mean,
NLE Choppa's
then
mad.
Everybody got mad at number 3 Central C, and like I'm okay. let me tell you why. Central C.
He's huge in England.
Okay. So it says, why is he on the list? He's a UK rapper who's been able to garner significant crossover success in the United States. So I'm guessing because he did the song "Lil Baby." They saying that's crossover
When he
success.
did the song with Ice Spice.
He did the song with Ice Spice. So those two songs right there. And then Drake. Remember he did this song with Drake, the combinations. He was
freestyle.
He was on the freestyle with Drake. So I'm saying, because I guess since he did those, it makes him number 3. Like, I understand you put him on the list, but not number 3. Like, number 14, that Vezi dude, you don't like him. You don't like his song at all. I play a song, you're like, that's
Sexy
trap.
Red needs to be higher on the list. She should be a top 10. I would definitely have her way above Glorilla or Lotto.
What? Who?
I'd have Sexy Red above Yeet, too.
Yeah, that's Sexy Red above
She should be right there with Meg Thee Stallion.
So let me see. So Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, wait. Lotto's I guess because of the whole abuse situation. I guess I put Megan Thee Stallion over Lotto, but I still feel Lotto is a better rapper than Megan Thee Stallion.
You a hater?
You don't think so? And then the Boss Man D-Lo. Right now he's hot. He's popping like Fiskary. So I understand why he up there.
Jack Harlow should have never made the list.
Jack, what you mean? Jack Harlow should never made the list?
He had one hit.
Use a lie. He had one hit.
His latest song is like him sampling another song, and the part that everyone uses for their Instagram stories is a part that's a sample that's not even him. So it's like, man, he didn't bring nothing to the table. He's just, I don't know.
They're saying the reason why he's on the list, he released one of the most memorable and successful rap singles of the last 12 months. Oh yeah, and also when they were going over this list, when they were going over the top 20 list, they weren't doing like the top 20 in the past 5 years, 10 years. They're doing like the top in the past 2 years. Who's been hot the past 2 years? So they had a time limit on. They put like a time frame on it. That's why they got picked who they picked.
Because it's a boyfriend relationship with Drewski. And him hanging out with Drake at the horse races.
I'm just surprised Baby Keem's on there. Oh yeah, then your number 1 favorite rapper, number
Sexy
16.
Red.
Horrible.
Number 15, Sexy Red.
Doechii, she's fired. I'm surprised young JT not on here. City Girls ain't on here.
No one cares about them.
Little Uzi.
They ain't gonna be past Lil Uzi.
Little Uzi on here. Little Baby's on here.
Is you stupid or is you dumb?
Little Yachty's on here because he's continuously found ways to stay relevant, which experimenting with various styles.
Backstabbing his homies.
Remember he did the whole Detroit style. He had the whole Detroit phase. Lotto.
Yep.
Gorilla come back very typically. Hey man, we got a lot of people on here. So y'all comment down. Yeet, why is Yeet on here? He is one of the most unique rappers.
He has a cult following.
You think so?
I know so. He has a lot. He has like a lot of super fans. Like his music. He has like a song here or two that are okay to me. But I don't like. I like a low percentage amount of his music, but I do know that he has a lot of fans. I think he's like the best thing, almost like Cardi does.
True. But y'all comment down below, man. Did the Complex get it right, man? Who are you taking off? Who are you adding on, man? I'm upset about
be number 2.
Why Boston Richie ain't on here, man?
Because he snitched. Because he told.
What?
I don't know why he snitched.
That was false. That wasn't real. That was AI.
Where's Gunna?
Yeah, I don't. Wait, how old is Gunna? I don't know how old is Gunna. Just sure. How old? Let me see. Hold on. Before we move on. Gunna.
What's Gunna age?
31.
Gunna missed the 20 club.
He missed the 20 club.
Because he was playing in jail.
Horrible, but hey, man.
On his folks. On folks' them grave, he sold his soul.
But speaking of not selling your soul, man, we're gonna tell you who did not sell it. So who we keeping it 1,000, man? My dog, Tory Lanez.
He clipped a tight clinch.
My dog, Tory Lanez. If you didn't know, Tory Lanez's cell was reportedly raided and recording devices were removed. They snatched it away.
Where did he stash the recording devices?
In his cookie jar. You want to rap on that,
They raided his Badissi?
Yeah, hey, man. Hey. I wasn't there. I was off that day. But if you don't remember, man, if you was under a rock, Tory Lanez is in jail
Still dropping
He's
music.
in jail. He's in jail since August 2023. He was sentenced to 10 years without parole. Expected to be released 2033 for the whole Megan Thee Stallion situation. I still feel like it's hope that Kelsey gonna find God and tell the truth and free my dog Tory Lanez from before he get deported. But it looks like here, since Tory Lanez has been in jail, he did the Gucci Man route, Tupac route. He been dropping music. He been dropping.
But it been sounding good, not all like glitchy.
Exactly. It's been sounding amazing. People were wondering how. He's dropped 9 tracks so far called
like
Prison
Hustle and
Tape.
Flow.
Exactly. It's hard out. Sound a little raspy. I'm sorry, but he dropped 9 songs. Basement, a couple other songs. People saying it's fire.
For a shrimp.
It's fire, but the police got word of it, raided his whole jail cell. So now you won't be hearing no music for a while.
And they don't know if it's gonna affect his time for having stuff he's not supposed to have.
Exactly, it's contraband. You're not supposed to have stuff like that in jail. But I mean, we know how he really got it. Y'all know what y'all was doing, because no way he can be recording this and still doing it at the same time. But my question here, co-host, is in jail, since we had so many rappers been out for so long, who is one of the hottest people that you heard that made music while they in jail? You want me to give you a list, or do you already know? You already know some.
I would say it would have to be Gucci.
Okay, that's one. Who else you got?
While they were in jail?
Tupac.
Oh, that's like his album dropped while he was in jail, yeah. But actually making a song while they're in jail would probably be Gucci. Because Tupac's stuff was recorded before he went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he was in jail, All Eyes on Me dropped. And it was like, if not the biggest, one of the top 2 biggest rap albums of all time.
Okay. I mean, if you had to go like that, then you have to Push Icy. Push Icy dropped the tape while he was in jail.
I did like the Gucci intro.
Gucci.
What is it? The Burprint 2?
Burprint 2, yeah. Yeah, Writing on the Walls.
Oh yeah, he did that. He was
in jail for a lot of.
Because he stayed in jail.
I read his book.
It's like Gucci's had like 15 first day out tracks.
He was in rehab. They had him in rehab. They had him. I read his Gucci Man book. They had him in rehab, and he used to leave rehab to go do a lot of recording and everything. But also, Push Icy. You have Max B, the Wave God. He in jail for the whole kidnapping and everything. He dropped the tape. Freddie Wap dropped the tape. Tupac, you say what he said. Lil Wayne dropped the Not Human. C Murder, Slick Rick. I wonder if Frenchie dropped the tape ever since he
No, I ain't seen nothing.
Oh, you been checking for Frenchie?
Frenchie from BSM?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I ain't seen no music.
So you had those people that dropped.
My Apple Music would tell me. Like, if one of my artists that I have like a bunch of their music drops, it'll always pop up in the new releases, and I ain't seen nothing for him.
Oh yeah, and they said Shine dropped the tape too.
Sean
but
Kingston?
Not Sean Kingston. He about to go to jail, so you may drop a tape in jail.
Locked up, won't let me.
All right, but I gotta say, yeah, you was right. That Gucci Man tape had to be one of the best ones that was made while he was in jail. It's still to this day, like, I don't think nobody got the work ethic. Oh yeah, Young Thug dropped the tape while he was in jail.
That's I mean, I guess it's the same thing, pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, it's how they count.
I don't think he's done any from jail songs.
No, I gotta listen to the whole thing again. It probably is. I mean, it's hard to make music while you in jail, but a lot of people do it. But I mean, anything else you got to say about Tory Lanez? Free Tory Lanez, man.
Good luck, little leprechaun.
Disrespectful. But speaking of good,
for you.
Speaking of praying for, we need to pray for this person right here, man. Miami Dolphins on
Hot Tua, man down. Tua, if you don't know, plays for the Miami Dolphins. Over the past few seasons, he's had a handful of concussions. I believe he's up to like 4 or 5. And they said maybe a couple were not even reported, so it might even be more than that. But on his last game, was it against the Bills?
Yeah, against the Bills.
Yeah, against the Bills.
They was getting whooped anyway.
He went for a run and he ran, and I don't know. He doesn't know how to get he doesn't know how to slide. He doesn't know how to take a hit properly. And when he gets pushed, he just doesn't know how to roll with it, because it seems like he's always some way, shape, or form finding a way to snap his head real hard. And he got stiff again. You know when they get the concussion. And it's going to be, they said he's going to come back, but we don't know how long is he going to be out. Is it going to be like only a couple weeks? Is it like a month? Is he missing half the season? What are we looking at? And we got a video here of the coach at the press conference after the game, kind of giving his thoughts on the situation. Do you have anything before I start the video?
Let's see what Mike got to say, man.
I think it's safe for Tua to play football, considering he's had 4 concussions in I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's from a medical standpoint. That's I don't approach things that I'm far inferior of expertise. I'm just there to support my teammate, like I said, and I think there's for me to go ahead and forecast things that I don't know in my non-field of expertise, I don't think that's appropriate. I think we'll find out some more information tomorrow in terms of where Tua's at. He'll be able to spend a good amount of time being evaluated, and then we'll have conversations and progress as appropriate. But I'm like the rest of his teammates who he went around the locker room and connected with, trying to keep, as a leader, he's trying to keep the guys' heads up and he'll be.
It's time for Tua to retire from football. For those of you that missed the play, he collided with Damar Hamlin's arm and got knocked out. This was a really routine tackle from a player that's not that big of a defensive player in Damar Hamlin. This marks the 4th concussion that Tua's had in less than 2 years. Here's a couple flashbacks to some 2022 plays where he clearly had concussions. Tua's a young man with his entire life ahead of him, and we've seen what happens in the NFL when we let players play too long, get too many concussions, and lose their minds. I know Tua's taken some preventative measures to try to prevent concussions, such as taking jiu-jitsu to learn how to fall more effectively, but it seems like after every hit, he's able to get knocked out easier than the previous one. And this is a common thing in boxing and in MMA as well. They say once your chin starts to go, it really starts to go quick. In other words, the more you get knocked out, the more likely it is to happen again. Like I said earlier, the Damar Hamlin play was a super standard tackle. It really does seem like he could be losing his chin. As a fan, you've got to want Tua on the field, but if Tua was in your family, you'd have to think you want him to hang it up. All we can do for now is wish Tua a speedy recovery and give him the chance to talk this over with his family and figure out what the best thing for him to do as a human being is moving forward.
Exactly. I mean, but you see, Tua says no, he's going to return. He doesn't want to retire. And I mean, like you said in the video, Tua's already been recorded since the NFL to three to four concussions. A lot of times what the Dolphins have been doing, allegedly, they've been just naming only one of his injuries. So if he had a leg injury and his head hit the floor, they're not going to basically say anything about a concussion. They're only going to mention the leg injury, which basically raised a lot of suspicions in the NFL, and which made a lot of changes that have caused a lot of changes now in the NFL protocol. But let me tell you about Tua, man. He was drafted in 2020 to the Miami Dolphins. Man, he's 26 years old right now. He just signed a $214 million contract extension this past July to the Dolphins.
I hope they got insurance on that.
I mean, me too. But I mean, after they just lost embarrassingly to the Bills, 31-10, just past last week.
The Bills are a good team. That's not too embarrassing.
It isn't too embarrassing, but I mean that hit was embarrassing because, like they said, like it wasn't a hard hit, and since he had so many concussions,
his brain soft.
His brain soft, and also, I mean, Tua's also been known for having a lot of injuries because back when he was playing for Bama, 2019, he had a hip injury and it ended his whole season. So he already had that, and
that's what made his draft stock fall.
But he still got drafted high by the Dolphins. The Dolphins took that risk. That's what people were so surprised.
And they said that he even might have had a couple concussions there that they didn't want to list. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's looking at anywhere from like 4 to 7 career concussions. And they say if you have 5, it's kind of time to tap out. I had a friend that played football, and he had like 4 or 5. And the doctor basically told him, like, you don't need to play football anymore.
Exactly.
It's like it's time to hang him up.
And it's like all he had to do was learn how to slide. But no, like the video said, he chose a lot of athletes, quarterbacks, they take over the summer. They go to baseball lessons, learn how to slide, or they practice yoga. But him, nah, he did martial arts, and for some strange reason, nobody in history has done martial arts to practice on falling and landing. It doesn't make any sense, and you see, it didn't help at all. It's almost worse than what's the name?
RG3.
RG3, when he didn't learn how to slide at all. So, I mean, with that happening, this has raised so much protocol, so much awareness in the NFL. You know, the Will Smith movie came out with the concussions, so you know they've been on alert. So they started doing things. I mean, they had the old rules. They used to have were real vague with teams reporting them. Also, it was real vague on who can pull you out of a game. And also the process of returning back on the field was also different. But now that it happened, the NFL has made spotters where like spotters could be up in the booth. If they see anybody that's like been tackled and now they're moving funny, or
they basically get called out of the game and then they take him to a tent for review, and they gotta pass what you said, like a couple medical experts.
Medical experts evaluations, have to pass the team doctor evaluation, and also their neurologist consultant.
Yep.
Pass that also, so they pass both of those and do an aerobics test before they even touch the field again.
Not an aerobics test.
It's acrobatic test.
Oh, I was about to say, they ain't making him jump in the pool.
No,
all right, we gotta go in the back and see how you do. You gotta swim up real quick.
Nah, you gotta swim, but you gotta pass a whole bunch of tests. They trying to crack down on it because a lot of teams are trying to bypass it. Because I remember back in the day, Brent Favre used to be like, yeah, you know, I used to when I had injuries, they used to just shoot me up with shots, give me a couple pills, and tell me go out there and and next thing you know, I'm throwing for 400 yards, and then I feel it 2 days later. So I mean, it's just bad.
And then he got addicted to pills.
Is that? Yeah, they get addicted to pills, dude. Did that used to happen back in the day when you was playing football?
No.
Like when people got injured, did people play injured back in the day when you was playing?
I mean, people would play with like a baby injury, but if it was like an injury where you couldn't run and you're like a receiver or a running back, like no, you have to be out. Like if you can't move and you're playing a skill position, no.
So you think that's more of like a professional thing? Like once you go to the pros, that's when they start like, nah, man, you got to pay. We're gonna shoot. Oh yeah, because I know NBA players that do it a lot.
I've even seen kids that had like broken arms and played with a cast, which is pretty like that's dedication. But they have to like wrap the cast in padding, and they have to watch like how they use it because they can get in trouble if they use it like a club.
True, and yeah, you don't want people to have, a CTE like Antonio Brown.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Was it CT ESPN?
Exactly. And right now the Dolphins just signed up. The Dolphins just signed practice QB for the Baltimore Ravens, who now will be playing on the Dolphins. So we're gonna see what happens to that.
They need to call Fitzpatrick out. Come out of retirement. You suck on TV.
Not call Joe Flacco. You remember he said he shaved the Browns. He could save them, off the bench.
Flacco would look good in a Dolphins uniform.
Hey, but
Give him that Flacco taco.
But y'all comment down below. Do y'all feel like he should retire, or what should he do next? But
I think he should take time off, get evaluated, and if they say that he's not at risk for doing like crazy damage, give it one more shot. And if he has another bad one and is seeing any effects, and then you kind of know that's your answer.
True.
But, I know that he got paid all that money. He wants to live up to the contract. He doesn't want it just to be like, what happened to Gilbert Arenas. You get some crazy contract, you didn't get injured, and then you just get to live off that contract for the rest of your life rather than get a chance to, get one beyond that. That's tough. So hopefully he gets past his injuries. But on all, sports levels, it's tough if the injuries start piling up on you.
Like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, his brain got turned to butter. No, I mean honestly, he got older and his fighting style turned into rope-a-dope, where he goes like, I can take a punch, and then at the end I can go off on them when they can't defend because they're so tired from wailing the whole time that I'll get all the points and maybe even get more, or maybe even be able to knock him out. But that strategy did work for him. Sometimes he still lost, but he took so much damage doing that he for probably the last 10 or 15 years he was even alive, like his you could see that he was struggling. with his
True.
mental.
And it got nasty. It was horrible. But I mean, hopefully it gets better for Tua. All prayers go out. I mean, you see, he's saying enough. He has enough mental capacity to say he's gonna continue playing. He's not gonna quit. So we're gonna let you know how it go, man. Go Dolphins, go. But moving on here, man.
Speaking of mental capacity, we were out watching the UFC fight. It was O'Malley versus Merab, and this was for the championship, UFC 306, and this was in the Sphere in Las Vegas. It was absolutely epic. It was Noche Latina, which is like Mexican Heritage Night.
Yes.
And so they were paying respect and had all kinds of stories. The visuals are absolutely epic. We'll have a video in a second that kind of shows some of that. But yeah, we had a great fight. We watched it with our football analyst, _Doty, and it was an epic time. But I will say that the last two fights, the main card and the co-main event, that they were kind of let down. So they were just wrestling matches. I know that the two fighters had the ground time, but you don't organize an event in the Sphere to see people win by ground time. You want to see knockouts.
In fact,
we want to see fatalities.
We want to see fatalities. We want to see knockouts. But we got a video right here of basically the Spear, the event, how amazing it was. You're going to see the Mexican artwork. You may find a couple Easter eggs on there. We're going to tell you how much U.S. Dana White spent and also what's up for Sugar Shane O'Malley.
Down block. Down block.
I know my neighbors.
Sprawl.
He looks so slow.
Sprawl.
And if they think it was bad,
Keep
got to fight.
why do they see me now?
Well, boys, we did get the job done. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love. Over promised, under delivered. This one fucking stings. Enjoying the family, enjoying the friends, enjoying life. We'll be back. Appreciate you guys.
So I mean, this fight right here, it was crazy. So Sugar Shane hasn't lost since UFC 252 when he lost to Marlon Vera in TKO. He's been on an undefeated streak right there since then, 7 straight fights winning.
And he said not undefeated anymore, even though that he did have one loss. He never counted it. Because he had like a pinched nerve in his foot, and instead of ruling it like a no contest, they just said that like he just took the loss. Because sometimes they do it where it's like a no contest and it doesn't count if a weird injury happens, and sometimes like the dude takes the loss.
Yeah, that's
kind of weird how that goes.
It is kind of weird how it goes, but I mean, with this whole fight with Merab, it was just crazy. I mean, when Merab came in, he was just I mean, before the fight even happened, everybody, I thought Sugar Shane was gonna win. Everybody was saying Shane was gonna win, but I didn't know Merab was so good at wrestling. Like, he just was tossing O'Malley like a rag doll. Then if he wasn't tossing him, he was holding him, hitting him with the strong like donkey kicks to the thigh.
Yeah, he was kneeing his side the whole time when he had ground control. It seemed like he was just getting every time he would shoot. Like he would, or at least every other time he would shoot, he would end up getting him on a takedown. And then he would, do the ground control. And then he did that one part where he was
caught him in a guillotine chokehold and kissed him in the back.
And kissed him, and then he let him go. And there was still time left. And then O'Malley came and punched him. And then the ref's like, "That's your fault.
You got to stay ready and on point.
You got to protect yourself at all times."
Facts. I mean, and with this fight, I mean, it was... At first, I was mad about it. I was like, man, I don't want to see people just hug all day. Like, I hate seeing those kind of fighting matches, especially like in the boxing, those Floyd Mayweather fights, or like those Devin Haney fights, where like there's no action at all. I want to see you get it on. I want to see it be like one of the fights in the main card that started like the first 2-3 fights, of the girl that had a whole face gushed open. I'm trying to see stuff like that. Like,
yeah. Some of the earlier fights were pretty epic. We're newer to UFC. We're not UFC diehards, but we've been watching more and more fights. And they had 2 guys earlier. I don't know if they were like the first fight of the main card or the last fight of the prelims.
I think you can rewind the.
Let me see.
See if you can rewind that little photo right there.
Oh yeah. It was. It's hard to read. It's
Rodriguez and
No. This was a fight where those dudes like fought to the death.
Mhm.
Was that Zeliber
Uh-huh.
versus Ribovics? Sorry, it's hard to read from the screen. It's small. But yeah, that was a truly epic fight. And then Ortega versus Lopez was a pretty good fight. Both of those were good fights. Lopez got hit in the neck, and it was funny. They showed he like punched Ortega, and it was like he knocked him out, and then when he punched him again, he like woke him back up.
And the first fight on the main card, that one right there, that was a good fight. 'Cause remember, at first that was the dude with I think I forgot what the next one over. I think that's the black dude. He fell on the ground, and then like the dude started grounding, pounding him real bad. He thought he was gonna lose, and then he flipped around, and then I think he reversed it. That was real good. Also,
Oh yeah, the crazy fight where the girl got cut. Well, that was the last fight of the prelims.
Early prelims, yep. So I mean,
it's crazy that we unfortunately we didn't get there early enough to see what is that
Rosa Jr.
Yeah, see him fight. But yeah, they gave him
good.
the earliest fight.
Get it over with, man. You got kids to take care of.
Early prelims and prelims, like he's literally the only fight in the early prelims.
Exactly. I mean, but we just want to thank Dana White, man. Dana White's been talking about this for a while. He's been working on the spear. He said he first had the idea when he was with Tom Brady at a U2 concert, and then from there, that's when the $20 million budget just became to happen. They said 24 people showed up. Showed up to the event. It was big. It was amazing. They had artwork going around everywhere. They said in the stories the videos they were showing throughout the spear was basically telling the Mexican love story. And that he also hit 6 Easter eggs throughout the whole video. So if you came to him at the end of the day and told about the 6 Easter eggs, you would have won $25K, but ain't nobody won it. I would have lost it too. I don't even be paying attention to stuff like that.
When it's like, what's an Easter egg? Like, an Easter egg could literally be anything.
Yeah, true.
So you got to give a hint, like what type of Easter egg.
Unless it actually is an Easter egg.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb.
That'd be stupid. That means he's old and doesn't understand it.
Oh man, but I mean, it was an epic fight. I mean, I loved it. UFC, this was a big epic event. I mean, O'Malley won't be fighting for that. O'Malley hopped on. I forgot what's the name. His name is Timbo Sugar's show, and said that he's gonna be taking a break right now, so he won't be coming
Probably
back.
Won't fight for a year.
At least a year, the 2025. So we're gonna see who he fights next. He don't even know who he's gonna fight next. Yeah,
so ever Dana White decides, because he'll have to probably just fight one of the contenders.
True, and that's what he said. All he has to do in order to get the bantamweight championship back is fight another fighter. You then get it back, and then fight another fighter. Then get his fight with the champion.
With Merab.
With Merab, or I mean, because I don't think he had a rematch clause. Usually have a rematch clause, but I don't think he had one.
No, they don't. They say they don't do that in UFC. Boxing, they'll do that in their contract, but Dana White is like the dictator of UFC, so he chooses to fight. So you're not guaranteed a rematch.
Are you surprised it was a unanimous decision?
No, I mean, because like we said, we prefer striking. We want to see people get knocked out, or if they get like put out in a hold, like an arm bar, or, choke them out or whatever. But just to wrestle and win off of ground time is kind of cheap. I think if you should only be allowed a certain amount of time to work on ground time, and if it's like a minute and you haven't gotten them any hold, or you haven't ground and pounded them to where they're like giving up in a minute, that you should be reset.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to see like no action where they're doing it. I think the ref warned Merab about that. Like, you got to see work. You can't just lay on him and win off of ground time. But he was actually working pretty good and trying.
He was aggressive.
He was kneeing Sean the whole time, so he probably got in like 100 knees.
But his nose was messed up. I don't know if his nose was messed up because of the fight. His nose was always messed up before.
Well, yeah, I think he has a messed up nose, but I think he caught
the knee to the face.
Yeah, he caught a knee to the face and a couple punches. So
he could take a hit.
It looks like it's almost like the things like if you've broken your nose so many times, it might be easy to break it again. So he might have caught him with a knee or a fist and just re-broke his like fragile nose.
Ooh.
So, but like Sean didn't get messed up at all. He didn't get injured at all.
Nope.
Merab almost had him in a headlock a couple times. Sean almost had him in a couple holds a couple times as well. He got a couple sternum kicks with the front leg kick at the end of the match. That made Merab run for a little bit, but then eventually Sean ended up on his back, which is a bad look for a round to end. But he did lose what they said. Like 1 point, it was 3 rounds to 2 rounds.
Yep.
3 to 2 rounds. The majority.
Except
of
for
the
that one
judges
person
ruled.
that judged like 3 points. I think he was like 3 points off. That one ref.
Yeah. 2 of the judges scored it a 1 point victory, and basically the rounds being 9-10, 3-2 in Merab's favor. So just being like a barely win victory, and the other judge had it like by 3 points.
Hater.
So
He paid off.
But yeah, I think like they changed the rules in the NBA where you can't hand check. In the NFL, they have all those rules about protecting the quarterback and making it easier for the receivers. Can't be as physical with them so they can make big plays. I think Dana White needs to look at that at the UFC. I know UFC is like all martial arts, but the fans don't want to see wrestling with no work.
Facts.
I don't mind it if you get someone in there and get them in a crazy position or a hold that makes them tap, and you get because you see sometimes they just jump on them and get them right in a hold, and boom, it's like 10 seconds in and they're already making a person tap. But this whole thing where you're just wrestling or just laying on someone for rounds, I understand why that's frustrating. And you have this big event, the Sphere, on what is it, Noche Latina, and you're trying to do it, and it's like, no, it's like, you have this big event and it's like 2 lame main fights. The main card and the co-main event were pretty lame because it was mainly a ground control type matches, which is the most boring. This is basically how people used to complain when the Spurs would be in the NBA finals. That's basically you got 2 type of Spurs players that won the championship, that we're just going to win off of fundamentals. We're not flashy. Basically 2 Tim Duncans.
Nobody wants to see that. I mean, but we gonna see what's going on here, man. Y'all comment down y'all thoughts on the fight. But moving on here to the main show, the main Mexican Independence Day, the Battle of Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga. I mean, so this fight right here. I mean, to me, it was real good. Canelo won by decision. I mean, we got a video right here, basically Canelo summing up how the fight went. We gonna come back, let you know what Edgar did. He was just so disrespectful, man. He almost wasted Ryan.
La chinga de tu vida te voy a dar. Me gusta eso. ¡Pam! 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 What they gonna say? I fight younger fighters. Before they say I fight older fighters. Now what they gonna say? He fight younger fighters. They always talk. I'm the best fighter in the world.
You got angry during the fight, didn't you, with some of those tactics? You were angry.
No, with adrenaline, I get a little angry. I'm Mexican, man. Some people say you don't love me, but guess what? You are here to support me. So, ¡Viva México, cabrones!
Galácticos, la terciada, detrás del Raptor viene la manada, juntos no hace por si acaso, trae montada, doble rodado, tengo que pa' dónde vamos, en un 2x3 por corto le llegamos, la ciudad está pavimentada, pero las trocas vienen empolvadas, señal que vienen y van. Desde los ranchos para la capital, puro corridazo bélico viejo, pura empresa SM clave especial.
You got the whole track on here? You're gonna get this copyrighted for sure.
Man, I hope not. But hey, man, listen here, man. Canelo just did him. I mean, real dirty. I mean, the whole time Edgar's been saying, man, I'm not David Benavidez. I know y'all want to see Canelo, but I'm Edgar. I'm here to make my mark. He was real cocky, real bold with it, real braggadocious. I thought he was going to win the way he was talking. But I mean, hey, it looks like here at the T-Mobile Arena, It don't matter if Canelo 34 years old, he 27 years old. Canelo showed him, man, I got these hands, and I'm trying to knock your head off.
Yeah, it seemed like Canelo had the combos. He was definitely faster. He put him on the ground, and you could see he was frustrated with himself.
Yeah, you can see he was frustrated. You can see Edgar was frustrated. I think he knocked him down in the second or third round, Edgar. But it shows here
He
that
started headbutting, man.
Yeah,
he couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I mean, with the fight, it was just a whole crazy fight. I mean, with the whole before the fight, Edgar was going off saying he not David. Then on the Friday before the fight, to weigh in, they weighed in. Edgar weighed in around 167. But then the day of the fight, he rehydrated up to 200. He rehydrated 25.4 pounds. Which leads me to ask the question, like, is Gervonta doing what's right? Like, the fact that he puts people on a rehydration clause and makes you be able to not to gain and makes it put a cap weight on it so you don't rehydrate and get over too big like he did Ryan Garcia. Is that the way to go now? Because he came in 25 pounds over. He came in at 193. That's not undisputed super middleweight.
That's why people are doing those rehydration clauses, because they're like, some of these guys can get way down in weight and then regain up to 25 pounds by just getting themselves rehydrated, and that's a huge difference in weight. That's like you said, it's almost like going up a full weight class.
It is. I mean, it is going to, basically, because I mean, right now they saying he should be around. I mean, he should fight. His regular weight should be around 175, not 10 pounds lighter than that. So, I mean, basically, he should be fighting like people like David Benavidez and David Morale and Anthony Yorta. He should be fighting people like that, but he not. I mean, he's been a weight bully, like they said Devin Haney doing. But I mean, I guess it didn't work because Canelo had them hands. He had them combinations. He did knock him down that one time. And like my coach said, there was a lot of headbutting. The ref, it did have to stop the fight a couple of times because they was just doing too much. Every time they try to hug and clinch, you see Canelo hit him with some crazy punch. Hit him with some crazy punch in the stomach and on the side. And then at the end of the fight, they basically hugged and showed each other respect. I mean, that was cool.
It was weird because they were being disrespectful the whole fight. They were talking trash the whole fight. It seemed like they were both trying to headbutt. Yeah, that's what they were doing. But they're trying to headbutt each other, and I don't know. It was weird. And then when the fight ended, it seemed like Edgar was trying to like hug on him, and it was like, oh, he was showing respect, but it seemed like he was being weird. Like, I don't know. He was hugging too much. I don't know. It just didn't seem right. I don't think this was as exciting as UFC. I think UFC with Sphere was way more cool. Even though the main event wasn't as good, there were some fights beforehand that were excellent that made up for it.
So you said I mean, but it's not fair. So if we only doing main card on main card, you can't do all the other ones because we didn't watch other. I mean, we did watch we watched Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia lost.
Gave up.
He gave up.
Threw in the towel.
Got his butt whooped. People threw in the towel for him. We saw that one. That one was
trash.
sad. That one was trash. They said that was just a money grab. But if you do main card for main card, Sugar Shane versus Canelo, which main card was better? Not the Spear, because the Spear was all cool and all the lights and things was going on, and he spent $20 million.
If you're just going off the sport alone, then yeah, the Canelo fight was better.
Yes, it was more action. I mean, he wasn't running around.
Yeah, it was definitely more action.
It wasn't like a Shakur.
Wrestling.
It wasn't like a Shakur fight or like a Devin Haney fight where he's running around the ring the whole time.
Yeah, and boxing, the equivalent of wrestling is just holding.
Yeah, I don't like that.
When boxers just want to hold the whole time.
Like
Floyd Mayweather. He loves to hug people.
They need to make a rule for that. If you're an excessive hugger, they should start taking the points away.
They're supposed to, I think, if it gets to a certain point, but they never want to if it's a big fight.
It doesn't make any sense at all. But, I mean, enough about this.
Comment down below, which fight did you watch? Did you watch both fights? Did you have one on a TV, one on a laptop?
Like we did.
Did you have two TVs out, pulled them out side by side to watch them both at the same time? Comment down below which fight you watched and how you rate it. But let's go ahead and get to our music.
So you already know, man.
It's
Look
PyCon,
at
baby.
PyCon. It's new music Mondays, Tuesdays. Shout out PyCon. One of the characters in Dragon Ball Z, an amazing character. He was an Namek?
No, he's not a Namek like Piccolo. He's from the Other World Tournament.
Okay. He's from the Other World Tournament.
Yeah, he's basically dead.
Mm.
He's the one that Goku would train against, and then he would always fight him because he's like the other strongest dead guy.
Oh, and speaking of strongest, man, if you want to listen to the strongest playlist ever, man, make sure y'all listen to TFTC Music Mix number 5. I just added the new song Babyface and V's, Wave Navy University, man. Y'all definitely check that song out. A couple other bangers on there. 10 out of 10. Get it from me, man. But speaking of 10 out of 10, the music that dropped this past week, we had a lot of things. We had The Weeknd drop, Eminem drop, Babyface Ray dropped, Joey Bad A and Chloe dropped, NLE Choppa that Slept Me Out number 3, Juice WRLD,
Fat Joe, Anita, and DJ Khaled.
Remember they performed that on the VMA Awards. Young Ma, I just remember seeing something that he dropped. Ola Ron Free, man, check him out. Alchemist, he's saving people's careers like Big Sean. But make sure you check out these artists. All these albums dropped this week. My tape, Sleazy World Go dropped the new tape, man. It looks like he had 20 tracks. I want to say out of 20 tracks, 11 of them I'll listen to. The other ones all slow. Ain't with all that. But
he only had 3 features on the whole album, 2 on the regular and 1 on the bonus track. Yeah, Polo G, Rob 49, and Skilla Baby.
Yep, and I think also he had a couple old songs on this tape too to boost it up, so he did that. But I definitely did check him out. Music fire, but it looks like my Cole's pick. He surprised me with this one.
Yeah, we got Tarantino, aka Meat Roll from the Glow Gang. He dropped a tape called Glow Island. The whole album is produced by what is that? Para, however you say that. But yeah, he dropped 13 songs. It's a pretty dope chill mixtape. It's kind of got like the Sega Genesis type of beats. But I do like the song Riot, Set It Off, Lazy, 4 for 4 is good, and PlayStation. Yeah, man, it's got some good songs on there, so check it out. He's from Chief Keef's Camp, so if you're into GBE music, check it out. Just type in Glow Island for albums or Meat Roll Glow Island, and it should come up for you. But yeah, check out this album. It's on Apple Music.
Exactly. If y'all wanna get some more street meat, or you wanna see me text and tweet, make sure y'all check me.
Loves the street meat.
Make sure to check me out on make sure to check me out on Exit. No, I ain't selling no content like that. Hey man,
He sells feet pics. Don't let him get it twisted.
My feet pretty, but hey man,
how do you think we get these sister tees?
Follow my facts. Follow my codes. Papa O Block. Follow me, Felix Green 305. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on this video to build us up on the algorithm. Thank y'all for watching this far. Also, make sure y'all check out us on TikTok, Tickety Talk, on Tales from the Crib 2.0. Also, Crib Reactions, new page, Instagram, blowing up. You want to see us react to videos on Crib Reactions? Go there. You want to see us see what new videos we dropped this week? Go there, because my code's definitely posting that thing. And
I dropped links for new reactions. Check that out. We just dropped the Lisa reaction, got 20K views. Check out the Tales from the Crib IG, Crib Reactions IG. All links in descriptions. Let me get some music on so we can get the heck out of here. Boom.
Hey, what you already know, man.
It's Chico Grande, Chico 2 times, Felix Supreme 305. This is episode 173 of Tales from the Crib. Thanks for tuning with us. We recorded this super late. My co-host was always late, but we ride on time, baby, just like this episode. So we'll get it out to you. Be on the lookout for TFTC Sports NFL Weekly Picks with our boy RealGood_Doty. We will be recording that tomorrow, and we'll have it out for you Wednesday morning. So check us out. NFL Hot Topics, NFL Big Game Picks Wednesday morning. Check out the TFTC Music Mix playlist number 5. All kinds of content. Clip channel, gaming channel. Check out everything down below. But thanks for tuning again. Felix Supreme 305, Chico Grande, Chico 2 times. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.